What is up, guys? It's Dylan and I'm back with another video, and today I do not have a video about working at Amazon, but instead I'm going to show you guys how I made over $1,000 just casually in my free time and how you guys can get started today too. But just a quick disclaimer, this video is a continuation of one of my previous videos. Yes, the one with the really bad thumbnail. But if you haven't checked it out already, it's all good. You don't really need it for this video. And another thing that I wanted to mention before we get started is that the title of this video is for real. I truly did earn over $1,000 doing what I'm about to show you. But like all good things, the $1,000 was not instantaneous and it won't just appear out of nowhere. But if you continue to persevere, I definitely think that you can get there. But yeah, that's really all I had to say. So let me get over to my laptop and show you guys how you can make simple money in bed. Alright, so I'm back on my computer now, and the platform that I've been using is called UserTesting.com. So if you just type that into Google, it should be the first one that pops up. And first off, I just wanted to say that I personally think that this is a really underrated site when it comes to legitimate ways you can earn money from home. And I kind of think it's a hidden gem that needs more attention. But yeah, so this is the homepage of the website and a little bit more about this site and exactly how it works. It's a platform primarily used by companies both big and small to get feedback from people like you and I about various things such as a company's new website design, an upcoming app layout, or even just simple surveys where you're just giving your opinions on different topics. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. There's a bit more to it that I'll explain later on in the video, but for now, let me show you guys how you can sign up and get started. So on the homepage, you want to click on this tab up here that says Get Paid to Test. Once you do that, you have to enter your email address to sign up and apply. And for the purposes of this video, I made a new account just so you guys can see what you can expect when you're first starting. So from here, you should get a confirmation email and a link so you can actually apply. And from here, click on the complete application button and then fill out your information. And another thing that's important to mention is that the only way that this platform pays you is through PayPal. So you do need a PayPal account in order to use this. But yeah, once you finish your credentials, you have to install the website software that records your screen and audio, because I need to see what you're pointing at on screen and see what part of the website or app prototype that you're actually talking about. And yeah, I guess if you are really worried about privacy issues, then this could be worrisome, but I've had zero issues thus far and I think it's perfectly safe. So this next part I can't really show you guys because I've already applied on this account, but after you've downloaded the software, you're going to be put into an actual simulation of the entire survey process. And it's really important that you do your best during the simulation because this is going to be how you get accepted or rejected from the platform. So make sure you're speaking very clearly and with as much detail during the entire process. It shouldn't take more than 3 or 4 minutes, and I'll actually give you guys some insight about what you can expect during the simulation that'll probably help you guys get accepted. So I've made a few accounts now for reasons you'll see later on in the video, but it seems like the simulation always uses the same website and questions to review their applicants. And the website is going to be some Space Museum site, and there's going to be 2 tasks. The first one is going to be to go and find the floor layout of a museum that's located in Washington, D.C. And then the second task is to find what holiday is the museum closed on. So for the first question, you actually have to go through the website on your own and describe the process you're taking in order to find the floor layout. But for the second question, you can just use the search bar that's going to be in the top right corner and just search the keyword holiday, and then you should be able to find your answer. But yeah, so these are going to be the only 2 tasks that you need to do in the simulation. And then after you finish, it's going to be submitted to a reviewer, and then you're going to either be accepted or rejected from the platform. And the decision process can take as little as a couple of hours to a few days. But as you can see here on the screen, only 12 hours after I finished the simulation run, I was accepted to the platform and I could begin taking tests. So at this point, you are now an official member of the platform, so you can now log into the website and begin taking what are called screener surveys. And these screener surveys are what will determine if you're qualified to take the paid survey. And the only reason these screener surveys exist is, for example, if a company wants, say, an engineer to review one of their product designs, they don't want someone like a high school football coach giving his opinions, because obviously that just wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, if you're qualified and you pass the screener test, then you'll be taken to the paid survey page, which take on average 15 minutes to complete and each pay you $10. Alright, so looking at the dashboard here, you can see that there are a lot of surveys available right now. So you can see how the money can add up pretty fast as long as you stay on the platform for a while. And there are still a couple more things you guys should know, but I'll address them in a bit. But for now, I'm going to run through some of these screener surveys with you guys and hopefully get accepted to take a paid survey. Alright, so taking some of these surveys here, do you prefer to bank locally or nationally? So I do have an account with the national bank, so I'm going to choose that. I don't really have a local bank, so let's see what happens. We appreciate the effort. It can take a while to find a good match. So that means I got rejected, I guess, for the screener. Let's take another one. A lot of Android or iOS surveys. I'm not going to do those. I'm just going to do the desktop ones. Do you or someone you have diagnosed autism? 2 people are needed. I see that, so I'm going to click no. Click submit. Obviously, I'm going to get rejected. So moving on. Which of the following virtual reality headsets do you have access to right now? I don't really use virtual reality, so I'm going to have to say none of the above. Sorry, this didn't work out. Where do you live? Has a lot of states listed, and I'm going to go down to Texas. See what happens. Looks like I was not accepted to that. Next one, which of the following best describes your most current or recent job roles? So, of course, if you guys know me, I worked at Amazon. It's not really manufacturing, so I'm going to have to go with other. Amazon warehouse, yeah, click other. Was not a match. All right, which of the following types of exercise do you engage in on a regular basis? I do strength training. I would consider tennis, running. Biking, nope. Hiking, nope. Pickup sports, basketball, I do play that sometimes. High intensity training classes, no. Cardio exercise using equipment, nope. So just these 3, not accepted. All right, next one. In the last year, how often did you run or jog on average? Rarely or never? Less than once a month. So for me, I was on the college tennis team. I played a lot of tennis. We practiced 4 to 5 times per week, at least sometimes 6 days in a row. So I would say more than once a week. Tell me don't give up. All right, so there's only Android or iOS surveys left. I'm gonna go onto my phone and I'll get back with you guys and see what happens. So as you can see, I just finished all the screener surveys that were on my screen and I was not able to get a paid survey. So when this typically happens, you can either really do 2 things. You can either leave and just forget about it, or you can have the website open and maybe open a different tab, go onto YouTube, do whatever you're gonna do in your free time, and then there's gonna be a ding sound that appears when another survey pops up, and then when you hear that, you can come back and then do the screener survey, see if you qualify, or you can just come back in a couple of hours and just see if there's any more screener surveys to do. That's typically what I do. But if I did get accepted and did complete the paid survey, I can show you guys exactly what would have happened. So if you go over to completed tests, so mine shows that you currently do not have any completed tests, and that's because I just told you guys I was not able to qualify for any of the screeners that were on my screen. But if you were able to get a paid test, there would be a test ID number, and there would be a $10 pending symbol on the left hand side. And this is another important thing that you guys should know. For user testing, you'll get paid the $10, but it takes 7 days for the money to clear and go into your PayPal account, so you just have to be patient. And not only this, but if it's your very first survey, which this would have been for me on this account, you need to wait for someone to review your survey because you need a star rating. It kind of works like on how Uber drivers have their own star ratings. It's similar to that. Because if you look up top here, if you click on my name, you're gonna see I have 0 stars and 0 payment pending. And that's because 1, I haven't taken a survey yet, so I have 0 stars, no rating. And 2, for payment pending, it's $0 because like I said, I don't have a survey that I've taken, or I have to be waiting for money to clear. But you need a star rating because the higher your stars, the more available tests that are going to be given to you. They give a lot of preference to the people with 4 or 5 stars, and if you have lower than that, you might see some, but not really. So it's really important that you do well on all of the paid surveys that you get, and you're going to see why a little bit later on in this video. And so yeah, had I gotten a survey, it would have shown up in this completed test section, and in this section also has all of your other previous surveys if you had more. And yeah, that's pretty much it for new testers. You just have to wait for your first test to be reviewed, then you're gonna get a star rating, and after that, you're gonna be on your own. You're gonna be able to do as many paid surveys as you want, as long as they're available. You don't have to wait for someone to review your paid survey. And yeah, so now I'm gonna log into my other account so I can show you guys all the completed tests that I've done and how much money I've made. Alright guys, so now I'm on my first account, and as you can see, I did a decent amount of surveys beginning from the end of April, making a total of $100. And the reason I did not continue using this account is because of this review right here. Someone gave me a 1-star review, which dropped my overall rating down a lot because as you can see on the screen, I only have one other rating and it's 5 stars. So the average put me at about 2.5 stars. And this paragraph right here kind of just talks about how the audio was bad on my end and how the person who hosted the interview couldn't really hear me. So yeah, it affected my overall rating, and like I said, you need a high rating in order to get offered the most amount of surveys. So I decided to just have a fresh start and make a new account, and this one I kept for a long time. So on this account, as you guys can see, I have 4 pages of surveys completed, and I'm not going to count all of them and bore you guys. But if you were to count up all of them, it would total up to $910 from this account. And if you add this to the $100 total from my first account that I just showed you guys, then you'd see that I made over $1,000 just doing surveys on this platform. And something that's interesting, if you guys noticed, this survey right here paid me $60 to complete, which is a lot different than the usual $10 surveys, and that's because this survey was actually a live survey, meaning I had to talk with someone over the phone about a specific topic, and it lasted for about 40 minutes, but they paid me for a full hour's worth, which is $60. The other types of live surveys you can qualify for are the $30 ones, and those last for up to 30 minutes. But in my experience, these live surveys are really hard to qualify for, but when you do, they're definitely worth it. I think since I started using this platform at the end of April up until now, I've only ever qualified for 3 live surveys. And overall, as long as you are actually qualified and didn't lie on the screener, then they're not really that hard to complete, and the interviewers are really nice. So yeah, that's about all there is to it when it comes to UserTesting.com. So as you guys just saw, in about 4 months from April 27th to September 2nd, I made over $1,000 just doing simple online surveys at home, which averages to about $250 per month. And I don't know about y'all, but I'll gladly take an extra $250 per month by just doing stuff at home. The way I see it, that's basically your phone bill, your utilities, and your car gas all paid for. But yeah, I want to know your guys' opinions. If you think taking surveys at home is worth the effort, hit that like button. Or if you think I'm just wasting my time, you should still hit the like button for the 90+ surveys that I had to do. And like always, I read and respond to every comment you guys have, so feel free to speak your mind or ask any questions. So yeah, that'll do it for this video. If you want to watch some of my other videos, click right here or here. And if you aren't subscribed yet, do the right thing and click this button right here. I'm going to have another Amazon video coming out soon that I think is going to be pretty useful. But until then, stay on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys soon.